So up until now, we pretty much drawn a shape, a box or whatever, willy-nilly, right? Just anywhere in the screen, anywhere in space. But when we set our coordinates, the units, as well as the snap and everything, it's describing a point in space. You could draw your items using those points in space. So if I go to my perspective view, double click on that perspective and it'll get you to the to that large view. Right now I don't have the grid snap on, so what I can do is hit on 0, 0. What that means is I'm going to start a box, and you could do this with me. Hit the box, take it a little bit slow. Since I don't have the grid snap on, if I had a grid snap on, it's going to suck that cursor right into that 0, 0 point, right? Where the green and the red line meet, where the x and the y coordinates meet. If I don't have that on, I have no luxury of doing that. So you can choose to have your grid snap on, or maybe not. If you do not, using the absolute coordinate system, you could type in the coordinate 0, 0. Okay, make sure it's 0, not O. When you do that and hit, oh, you don't have to hit anything. Oh yeah, you do. When you do that, hit enter, and it found my 0, 0 point for me. Okay, because that is the absolute origin, absolute 0. If you wanted to be sure that it's on the ground, you could say 0, 0, 0. It's expressing the x, y, and z coordinate. All right? So if you read the cursor up here, it says, where do you want the other coordinate to be? If I type in, let's just try 5 feet for now. So 5 foot, 5 foot. Don't forget that foot symbol, which is that little one, not the comma, but one tick. And then hit enter. It took me to the 5 foot by 5 foot area. See that? If you count the major grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count the major grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's found the 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot area. If you keep reading the command prompt, and the key is to read the command prompt because it's going to ask you what it wants you to do, or what information that it needs to create the object that you want to create. Height. Let's type in 5 feet again. And it made a box that is perfect 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot box. So we drew a perfect box that is 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot from the origin, from the absolute origin, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now let's try to do a box and click somewhere, let's see, out here. Okay. Don't leave the grid snap on, just click somewhere out in space on the construction plane. Okay, and then let's try the same thing again. It's asking, where's the other point? If I type in 5, 5 foot, 5 foot, where does it go? Let's try that. As for the other corner, I say 5 foot, 5 foot. And then if we're ready to enter, enter. Okay. And then I'll type in the height, 5 foot. Enter. This is probably a bad example because it looks almost like a perfect. I'll do this. Hit here, and I'll go over here. And then say 5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot. Hit enter, and then 5 foot high. Does that look like my original cube that I drew? No, but I entered the same coordinates. I entered 5 foot by 5 foot. Why isn't it going there? It just so happens that when I'm entering these coordinates, I'm entering an absolute coordinate system, right? So from the 0 point, I said I want to go to this virtual world where it is 5 foot, 5 foot, and then in the virtual world 5 foot high. When I did this one over here, I said I want to go to the virtual world where the 5 foot, 5 foot is. That space address is right there. Okay, so basically I'm saying take me to this address, and that's where it's going, and that's why it's not a cube anymore. Okay,